mother-in-law versus wedding plans. So despite being engaged for a bit, me and my fiancé have just really started planning wedding stuff seriously. Honestly, wedding stuff has been on the back burner for a while due to other things we found more important at the time, and I'm also not really interested in the whole kit and capital. So basically I gave my fiancé the date I want to, and we've been discussing how we want to go about it. I told him I care about the marriage, not the party aspect, so I'm fine with essentially eloping and throwing a close friends and family BBQ to celebrate the weekend after not telling anyone why until they get there. I'm not really interested in being the center of attention, and I'm relatively shy and awkward. Both of our moms have expressed disappointment in me not wanting a traditional ceremony. My mom wants me to have the big wedding just for the sake of experience, but doesn't pry at it and accepts it's ultimately between me and my fiancé. My mother-in-law, on the other hand, can't go 5 minutes in my presence without breaking out wedding photos from hers, my sister-in-law's, or other family members' weddings. Just a couple days ago, I was helping fix her laptop, and she started talking about how we should go to the place she and her husband got married, and she could try on her mother of the bride dress from her daughter's wedding a few years ago. By the time I was done, she had dug up the photo album from said wedding, talking about how it was only $15K for the whole thing and was so beautiful and so on. I admit I got a bit flustered as I felt cornered since I had went to help her and she used it as a way to push her ideas on me. She had genuinely needed help with her laptop and knows my pass. I got up after finishing what I had come to do and told her I wasn't gonna spend $15K or even $1K on a party for a single day. That would be more stressful than fun to please family members that barely speak to me, so if she wants another wedding in the family RN, she can renew her vows because I don't have the money or interest to do so. She scoffed and told me I should think about the grandparents and family members that won't have another chance to see us get married, since it wasn't just about me and she had the right to see her son get married and I was taking it from her. After that I left and told my fiancé I wasn't really interested in telling anyone else about wedding plans moving forward. We hadn't told anyone anything other than wanting to do justice of peace style. Her reaction to it made me just want to elope even more and not tell anyone until after it's said and done. My fiancé did talk to mother-in-law afterwards, and though I'm not exactly sure how it went since I asked him to leave me out of it as I'm just mentally done with her for right now, she has texted me apologizing for making me feel cornered. I honestly haven't wanted to post this since up until this happened mother-in-law has been way nicer to me. I was really starting to feel like family there, and I hate that it's backtracking already. Mother-in-law emailed our wedding coordinator 6 days before the wedding. Hey there, friends. Not looking for advice, we've done a lot of good things. Friends are aware of the situation, vendors are aware, and on our side, I'm genuinely excited and hopeful for a very lovely wedding weekend. That being said, this was too wild and I needed to share. Feel free to read previous posts about mother-in-law. The TLDR is, she is judgy, opinionated, and sees us doing anything that she doesn't want to do as us being wrong. We've finalized just about everything to do with our wedding. It's 5 days away, yay. And because of our constant fighting with her and refusing to budge or having the wedding we imagined. One sticking point of hers lately has been our arbor. We ordered a lovely plain wooden arbor to get married out in a field with mountain, tree backdrop. At one point we discussed a flower arch, but then thought about it and realized that they are 1, too expensive, and 2, feel a bit overdone. They're beautiful, no shade to anyone that has them, just not for me. Every time my partner 29 female has spoken to her for the last 2 months, she has brought up the arch and asked us to get more flowers. Partner has explained that no, we do not want to get a few tiny things to affix to the arch, it is not our vibe and not in the budget. Mother-in-law at one point literally said your arch is going to be sad. I can't imagine feeling that something is sad when we'll be surrounded by trees, mountains, and fall foliage, but that's just me. Jump to last night, 6 days before our wedding, on a holiday weekend. Our coordinator texts and says that mother-in-law has emailed her. Mother-in-law texted my fiancé and said that her friend is having a second marriage and wanted our coordinator's info to use her. We are now wondering if that is even true, and essentially said don't tell the brides that I've reached out. I want to buy more flowers and have father-in-law put them onto the arbor. Our coordinator immediately called us and we strategized, but I am so baffled by the audacity. We have said many times we don't want this, so what was her plan? Secretly employ our coordinator to get our florist to add 1K of flowers with next to no notice and have father-in-law sneak off in the 30 minutes between group pictures and the ceremony while we will literally be there hanging out with guests. Like, we would have seen this happening. Did she think if it was done we just would have gone with it? Does she think this is a nice surprise when it's so obviously more about her concern that our arch looks sad and not what we want? She obviously did not think the plan through, it's just so baffling. Who knows what she thought? It's not happening and our coordinator has a plan. So now we get to see how this unfolds. If she'll yell at our coordinator, admit to us she's done this, divided by etc. I had said to myself during the weekend that I was imagining her pulling at least 3 more ridiculous things, so I guess 1 down, 2 to go if my estimate was right. Am I overreacting about wanting to go and see with mother-in-law after her behavior at our wedding? Am I overreacting? Mother-in-law did not want to attend our wedding due to her religious reasons, which we totally understand, and we're not upset at her for this. Disappointed, maybe, but not mad. She ended up deciding she would attend the ceremony but not reception. At our rehearsal dinner on Sunday, she offered to walk our dog, our ring bearer, down the aisle. I was excited. She wanted a part in her son's wedding. The next day is our wedding. She comes into my getting ready suite multiple times saying, "Where's the freaking bee?" Oops, did I say that out loud? Where's that stupid freaking dog? This happened about 3 times, all with no reason for her to get our dog. She was just drunk and being obnoxious. My bridesmaids asked her to leave the 3rd time. Now, the reception that she said she wouldn't attend. She shows up and takes 5 to 6 shots at our open bar, then approaches me and grabs my face, messing up my makeup. I paid $1K for me and my girls to look our best. She pinches my cheeks, repeating, "Look me in the eye." In my eyes. This is so weird. You're so weird. A Halloween wedding is so freaking weird. Then this lady has the audacity to ask me, when will all the meals for me and my family be packed up so I can take them to my rental down the road for our party? So to be clear, she planned and hosted a party for her 8 relatives that flew in for the wedding, and guilted them all to supporting her in her decision, and then manipulated my man's sister by saying, "This might be the last time you see grandma and grandpa. You really should come visit with them. You can see bride and groom whenever they live 30 minutes away." At the end of the day, there were no congratulations, no card, no welcome to the family or anything. Prior to the engagement, we got along great. She has said to me, "If y'all break up, we still want you to come visit." Once she heard we wanted to do a Halloween wedding, all that changed. It's like she's been out for blood, even trying to take our venue from us just a few months before the wedding. I was not expecting her to act so rude at my wedding and in front of everyone. My husband is having trouble seeing why I'm so upset, partially because he's a mama's boy, and partially because he's autistic and doesn't really see some of her previous actions, like trying to take our venue, as manipulative, malicious. He began to stand up to her, even kicking her out of our house when the whole venue thing happened, but he's having a hard time accepting his mom is not the saint he thought she was. Now I want nothing to do with her until I get an apology or congratulations at the bare minimum, but I don't know how to talk to my husband about it without it coming across as I hate your mom, it's her or me. I really just don't want to sit through dinners with her or host her family at my house. I don't mind if he still does all the family things with them. I'd rather just stay home and have personal time instead of suffering through her company.
Make sure and subscribe.